prepare your expectation from the country Nigeria in the year 2024. I like to hear. Maybe I should just quickly read through some of the things that he said so we can get a proper, I don't really like to put my opinions out there. I want to make sure that we get the proper speech from the president. So let's see. Yes, he talked about building the nation and the Nigerian society. He said, yes, you and I, everybody, should also ensure that they play their part, that it's not left for those in government, the president, the governors, the legislators, be it at the national, state or local council level, that every one of us, you and I, would have to play our part. And one way we can play our part is keeping faith in the development of Nigeria. He called on all the politicians, opposition, even people in his party, people who contested elections to come join him, because everybody has got a light to shine, and so come join him, move the country forward and make sure it's not about the differences now, it's about the common good, which is Nigeria's growth and stability. He also said, irrespective of our ethnicity, our religiosity, our whatever beliefs or whatever that divides us, we should be able to find strength in division. So I don't know. Let's see, did I miss out on anything? He said he's aware of the inflation rate. He said he's aware of the underemployment rate. He said he's aware of the frustrations of many citizens. But he then says, dear compatriots, take this from me. The time may be rough and tough, however, our spirit must remain unbowed, because tough times never last. We are made for this spirit, never to flinch, never to falter. The socio-economic challenges of today should energize and rekindle our love and faith in the promise of Nigeria. Our current circumstances should make us resolve to work better for the good of our beloved nation. Our situation should make us resolve that this new year, 2024, each and every one of us will commit to be better citizens. And so that's how he's asking you, to contribute to ensure that you are a better citizen. And did I miss? He talked about agriculture and constant food supply. Their plan to cultivate 500,000 hectares of farmlands across the country to grow maize, rice, wheat, millet, and other staple crops. He said they launched during the dry season famine 120,000 hectares of land in Jigawa State in the month of November 2023 under the National Wheat Development Program. He talked about the economy. He talked about ensuring that investors have a very friendly business environment, and that all the things that are obstacles and bottlenecks to businesses thriving is going to remove them, is committed to removing them. And let's see, I want to make sure, I mean, it's 20 minutes gone past 3 already, but I want to make sure I've covered everything. All right, so yeah, basically he talked about being a man of the people. I'm just rephrasing. I know that's what I like to call myself, but he said he's the man of the people in terms that he carries the people at heart, and is going to make sure that even though God has given us different abilities and capacities, everybody will work hard and reap the benefits of their hard work. Okay, so I think that's how far I can cover. So let's get your thoughts on that one. The next one is a reaction to the president's New Year's speech. I've seen some of my colleagues in Lagos and some other places, I'm talking about journalists now, on X, formerly Twitter, tweeting and saying and asking. I mean, I don't want to call names. You know some of them. You must have seen some of the tweets. But some of them have criticized the presidential New Year's speech, saying that there were no timelines, there were no this, there were no that. I'd like to hear from you. However, let's look what NLC is saying. Now, NLC, in its New Year's speech, also criticized, would I call it criticized, or they had some things to say. They called the federal government under the administration of President Tinubu as unfaithful. Yeah, they called the government unfaithful. And I'll tell you why they called the government unfaithful. It says the Nigeria Labour Congress has criticized the current administration for failing to deliver on many promises made to Nigerians, including the promise that the Port Harcourt refinery will begin working in December. The NLC in its New Year message also said the government failed to faithfully implement the minimum wage awarded promised to pay to civil servants, and also inaugurated the minimum wage committee. In the message signed by its national president Joe Ajero, the NLC said the government has shown enormous unfaithfulness in keeping to agreements. So it now takes us back to our first discuss. Do you think the presidential New Year's speech is just another political promise that we never get to see as a reality? I mean, what do you make of what NLC is saying? Because NLC in itself, some have argued, some Nigerians have argued that they also are not faithful to Nigerians. They've also been unfaithful. So, I mean, I'd like to get your thoughts on that as well. We've got a commercial break coming up in about 2 minutes' time. So I'm just going to quickly quote Joe Ajero, the NLC president, and so you can get to feel the gist, really. He said, whether these have been faithfully implemented is open to every discerning Nigeria. The 35,000 naira wage award has not been faithfully implemented. The Port Harcourt PH refinery has not come on stream as projected, while the National Minimum Wage Negotiation Council has not been inaugurated as agreed. Agents of government have distorted the compressed natural gas CNG project for the benefit of a few. That's just a quote. Still on this conversation, maybe, I don't know, should I try playing it now, or should I play that after the very, very quick break that is coming our way? Okay, you know what? Let's just listen to some of the things that the president said in his New Year's speech.
From the boardroom at the Broad Street in Lagos to the main street of Kano and Nembe Creeks in Bayelsa, I hear the groans of Nigerians who work hard every day to provide for themselves and their families. They are compatriots. Take this from me. The time may be rough and tough. However, our spirit must remain unbowed because tough times never last. We are made for this period, never to flinch, never to falter. The socio-economic challenges of today should energize and rekindle our love and faith in the promise of Nigeria.
Are you into business and sales or offer any sort of service? Looking to connect with the public and potential clients? Then visit the sales and marketing team at our head office, AIM Complex, Kilometer 16, East West Road, Rumosi, Port Harcourt. Call us on 0809-993-0147. Come, let's connect you to the world.
Year's speech, and then let's compare it to what NLC is saying, and I'll get your thoughts in a jiffy. To stay tuned.
We will work diligently to make sure every Nigerian feels the impact of their government. The economic aspirations and the material well-being of the poor, the most vulnerable, and the working people shall not be neglected. It is in this spirit that we are going to implement a new national living wage for our industrious workers this new year. Just this past December, during COP28 in Dubai, the German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, and I agreed and committed to a new deal to speed up the delivery of Siemens energy power project that will ultimately deliver reliable supply of electricity to our homes and businesses. We are moving a step further in our quest to restart local refinery of petroleum products with Port Harcourt Refinery and the Dangote Refinery, which shall fully come on stream. Nigeria is ready and open for business. I will fight every obstacle that impedes business competitiveness in Nigeria, and I will not hesitate to remove any clog hindering our path to making Nigeria a destination of choice for local and foreign investments.
All right, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Hard Facts at 92.3 Nigeria Info. Now you know I was not telling stories. And for those of you who do not know me, I am Kalada Kurubatiba. So you've just listened to the president himself, say the things that I explained earlier. But let's quickly get to our final big story for today so I can get your thoughts as quickly as possible. And this time, the police in Rivers State is in the eye of the storm yet again. There are allegations of extrajudicial killings done by the police. This time, I'd like to take you to Akinima in Ahoada-West local government area. Now, according to the story and according to a popular voice in Nigeria Info, I mean, you must have heard him as one of our guests is a human rights lawyer. I'm talking about Henry Ekine. He called on the police via report earlier today to give an account of a 32-year-old man and a father of two who goes by the name Livingston Egboluka, who was allegedly shot by police operatives from that police division in Rivers State. That's the Ahoada-West Police Division. Now, Mr. Ekine, who is also the National Legal Advisor of the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, told our correspondent, that the incident happened along the Odiobo communities on December 25, 2023. Now, the sad thing is, while you and I was in the office, while you and your friends and your loved ones were enjoying the Christmas festivities, this man was, going about possibly fighting for his life in front of family and friends. I want to believe. I was not there, so I'm just going to go with the stories that I've heard, because according to Henry Ekine and other eyewitnesses, according to Henry Ekine, that eyewitnesses, basically according to the report, eyewitnesses said they saw police officers shoot at him, I think in the leg, and then they shot at him again. I can't. The point is, you know what? Let's listen to Henry Ekine tell the story.
These policemen, about 3 or so of them, by the reports we've got, we have eyewitness reports who have given us accounts of the incident, drove in a white Hilux patrol van, and then shot at this young man. Our demand on the police, on the Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Police, River State Command, and the Divisional Police Officer, and of course the Police Service Commission, is that they should immediately produce the body or person of Livingstone Egboluka, whether he's dead or alive. They should immediately produce him and give account of him unfailingly.
Now, Mr. Ekine said the police in Akinima have refused to grant an audience to the family. Such a sad situation. Very sad situation. Now, the reason why this story, or maybe we should listen to Mr. Ekine again.
We've reached out to the police. Ours is that the police must respond to this incident and then must account for this individual. Since that Monday morning till today, his mother is alive. The mother has been crying. They've gone to our Akinema division to want to see the divisional police officer or the divisional crime officer. They've not been allowed to see them. The brother to this young man, who had actually also spoken with us, had gone to the police station about 2-3 times. They haven't been able to access to the divisional police officer. So this is quite disturbing and condemnable.
Indeed, it's quite disturbing, and that's why it made it to the big stories for today, and I'll tell you why. Now, no, I was not there once again. Committed a crime. It could have been a maybe wanted criminal. Yet again, I do not know. However, I do believe that the standard of operation for any force is, if someone is not armed and not trying, to arm you, then you don't shoot at that person, especially if the person is unarmed. So now, there's nowhere in that report that says the man was armed. Sometimes we get to hear stories from the police that are not true. I mean, Chimai Kunado comes to mind yet again. We get to hear stories and reports, this person did this, and upon further investigation, the truth unfolds and the person actually is innocent. I do not know what led to the shooting of the man. However, if you see the narration of how the man was treated, he was shot at, he was stabbed, and then he was dragged as if his life meant nothing. Yes, that's the full story. And so I'm using this opportunity to call on the police to give Nigerians, Rivers people most particularly, the true story of what really happened. And if once again their officers are culpable, I hope we would not hear those were not our men. Once again, if the officers are culpable, let them face the wrath of the law. Let them face the law. Let them have their time in court. Let them pay for it and let them go to jail, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough of police brutality. Enough of things like this. While other people are settling down and planning for the new year, a man was fighting for his life. His loved ones were in tears and mourning for the fear that they may have lost their son, their brother, their husband, their father. And it's a crazy situation. And once again, I hope that our voice is loud enough to be able to call on the commissioner of police, to be able to call on the police PRO, to be able to also push the conversation up to Abuja, so that we can get the response that is befitting. And yet again, I hope that there will be no false allegations put on this individual. Let the investigation be transparent and let it be, true and just. But on that note, I'd like to get your thoughts. I'd like to hear from you and what you think about the big three stories. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Those are the call numbers. Happy New Year to you once again, but I'd like us to continue our conversations for development, because development will not wait for us to celebrate New Year. It's going to come at us really fast and all of that. So let's talk, and let's talk for development. Remember, you could also send me WhatsApp messages to the number 0809 030 6416. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Number one, big story, the presidential speech for the new year. Number two, big story, NLC's description of the federal government under President Tinubu. And number three has got to do with the police in Ahoada-West LG, and the story or the allegation of them extrajudicially killing a 32-year-old man. All right, so your thoughts are very welcome. 0809 030 6416 is the WhatsApp number. On Facebook, we're live. On YouTube, we're live. On X, we are active. I've got Prince, and Prince is calling me from Bori. Let's get to hear what Prince has got to say. Prince, welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Welcome.
Talking about President Bola Tinubu's speech. And in Nigeria, who is taking President Bola Tinubu for a serious, that person is to be doing that at his own area.
What do you mean? What do you mean we should not take the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for?
It's not take it serious because he has been deceiving us since the day he was sworn in as the president of Nigeria. Okay. He has done nothing to cushion the effect of poverty that is ravaging Nigeria.
But he said there are tough times. He said it's times that we have to go through.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
If you check properly, check his cabinet. Wike that did not even pay pensioner, did not employ anybody in the state, is the person that he sits as a commissioner, as a minister from the state.
Minister for FC, but I mean, how does that affect? How does Wike as FCT minister?
People you work with determine who you are.
No, I'm asking a question. How does Wike as FCT minister affect the economy of Nigeria? That's what I'm asking you. What has that got to do with? I'm listening.
Yes, what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that if you listen to his speech, he promised on the 29th of May when he was sworn in, when he was taking oath of office.
Yeah.
If you listen to his promises, none has been fulfilled. The student loan, how has it gone?
Okay.
What about the 30,000 he promised?
Okay.
The NSC president is saying that he has not been able to fulfill it by. He has not even given to everybody that was supposed to have the money.
All right. So
what about the refinery?
So you're not taking his promises seriously. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
All right then. Thank you.
The police, the case of the police. Police do not know their terms of engagement. I don't know why the police authority they just employ or recruit people without a proper training and proper sensitization. When you are employing people or recruiting people, we have what we call on-the-job training. When you finish the recruitment or employment, you keep training them.
All right.
Keep sensitizing them.
All right, Prince, I've got to go. I get your point. I've got to go. Thank you very much, Prince. I'll give from Mal 2. Sorry about that. But I have Alvin from Diob. Alvin, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me.
Happy New Year to you, Canada. Good evening.
Yes, same to you. Welcome.
I want to speak on the president's address to Nigeria.
All right.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? I would like to know the desperate measures the president has taken since the very first day he founded the removal of fuel subsidy.
But he said that's why he's been traveling. He's been traveling, to all the countries he's been traveling to, in desperate search for investors.
Okay, he's looking for investors.
Yeah, in desperate search for investors.
So what are things that we see on ground to them invest their hard-earned money to bring forth more money for them? Let's say the one city that we saw during the December period, he slashed the price of transportation for those who are going to travel, which read about how many percent of Nigerians actually travel. Not even up to 3% of Nigerians actually travel for the youth season. Then secondly, the what's the name? The refinery coming on stream. Was it last month, right? It is last year.
And they said ending of December. So anytime from now, we should be expecting it.
My brother, this is January 1st.
And that's what I'm saying. Anytime from now, we should be expecting it. I don't know.
I'm in high expectation of it, so I'm expecting it like March.
All right then. Thank you very much. All right.
He's fighting hard on the individual.
All right. Thank you very much, Alvin. I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome.
Happy New Year to you.
All right, same to you, Zion.
Let me attend on Mr. President's comment.
Okay.
Or his New Year message. I think that the president has no feelings for Nigerians.
But he said he does. He said he knows what you're going through.
Those are just lip service.
Ah.
If you truly see what Nigerians are going through, it would have solved the problems. See, let me be honest to you. Nigerian problem does not even need 72 hours to be solved.
Oh, really?
It doesn't need it.
Really? What do you mean?
24 hours alone,
I see.
you can fix Nigerian problem.
Interesting.
When he came on board, he told us, okay, today, he said he removed subsidy.
Okay.
But on that day, he told us that he met a regime that removed what? Subsidy. Which means he was accusing the former administration.
What's
and
your point?
most of us, we can't say anything. Of course, Festus Kayam also said it, that it was not Tinubu that removed subsidy, it was the previous administration. But this morning, go back to his comment, he admitted.
Oh my goodness.
Can you see it? How can such a person solve the problem? A man that is not consistent in his words.
Okay.
A man that you cannot vouch for him.
Zion.
Now he has...
Zion,
Okay,
sorry. Could it be that in that budget, subsidy payment was to run till the end of June? So what he meant by the past administration did not, keep anything for subsidy.
For subsidy.
Was that the budget for subsidy would
Okay.
end by June, and he decided to end it by May 29. So maybe that's where the problem is. Context.
Context?
I don't know. Maybe.
Am I the one that does not understand? He said this morning, I removed subsidy. That is what he said.
Okay.
See, I don't actually understand the context.
You do actually.
He said they handed over a document to him that does not capture subsidy, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Today, he said, I remove subsidy. The first
So your point is, so I
comment
can go to the next caller. Your point is
the problem of Nigeria.
is the problem. Oh, okay.
As long as President Tinubu is there, Nigeria will go through a lot of hardship. This is not the beginning.
So what if we surmount this hardship? What if we come out of it?
How will you surmount it? A man that is not consistent in his work.
Okay.
A
All
man
right.
that cannot own a capital pin and tell you this is it. All what he has been saying is we will do this, we will do this. Even the agriculture is not. I challenge you to
All
show
right.
me a pictorial stimuli of the agricultural program that started in the north. I'm challenging the presidency.
All right. Maybe you should go and Google it. But I've got to go. Zion Masalai from LMA, welcome. Masalai, welcome.
Good evening, Alada.
Yeah. It's afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Happy New Year to you. Welcome on the show. What's on your mind?
My name is Matalai.
Okay, Matalai.
Definitely, I want to comment on the refiners.
Okay. The refinery is not a conversation for now, but I'm wondering what you want to comment on, because we will have
Okay. Let
someone
me
comment.
let me stress on the president's speech.
Okay. All right.
Definitely, that speech is empty speech.
Oh, really?
Yes, very much empty. Now, what solution did the president provide? What solution did the president solve? See, now let me tell you this. But
Matalai, before you go on to talk about what solutions he preferred, this is not a campaign period, right? So maybe he didn't feel the need to reel out some of the things or some of the procedures he was going to go through to solve the problems of Nigerians and Nigeria. Don't you think that is possibly the case?
Canada, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you know? If you like, I've done an analysis. this money on the total number of people suffering.
Okay.
I also done my analysis on so many people that died because of poverty. See, the rate is very high. Did you know how many persons that they harm themselves, they commit suicide from last year to now? It's high. See, just like what Daniel said, the president doesn't have anything to do.
All right.
He's oblivion. He doesn't understand what is happening within him. He doesn't.
All right.
People are dying. Look at the security challenges everywhere.
Okay. All right. All right.
My name is Matalayi.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got John from Ahoada. John, welcome. What is on your mind? Quickly tell me. I'd like to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, John, welcome.
Happy to
Yes, same to you, John.
Based on the New Year comment from the Mr. President, there is no hope. I'm speaking from my own. I'm not talking about the others.
Do you think you're being sent? Do you think you're? Do you think you're being sentimental now, John?
No, I am not. I'm not the only one speaking now. I've been following up with the program now. Other people call it.
Okay.
Let's see and watch what will happen.
Okay.
To me, I don't have anything. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, John from Ahoada. George, I've got Gift from Yenagua. Gift from Yenagua, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Thank you, Canada, my brother. Happy New Year.
All right, welcome.
Thank you. Let me complete like this. There are some certain things I will hear on and I will be asking myself if we are in this country. As far as I'm concerned, the president is consistent.
The president is what? What did you say? The president is consistent
with his words.
Oh, okay.
And the president is very right.
All right. Then.
With everything that he did. You know why? That very speech was a speech that was given to Nigerians for them to understand that there is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel.
So you feel motivated.
Do you know how much Nigeria governments in the 36 states were receiving before the coming of this?
Okay.
Most times we only focus on federal government. What is Bayelsa government doing with this type of huge resources that are now coming to Bayelsa or coming to Akwa? Do you know how much?
But gift. Let me pause you now. Now there is the saying that the macro, when it comes to economics, controls the micro. So Bayelsa state government is part of the micro, right? And the federal government is the macro. So if they don't get it right at the federal level, then it's going to be very... I understand where you're coming from. The governors would have to sit up and do a lot of work. But if the macro is not good enough, then the micro might have issues as well.
The macro and the micro are supposed to work together.
I agree.
It is not about just one person. The man used the word that I see subsidy. The real is this. Ordinarily, coming on board, he can continue with that very subsidy program because it was Buhari that did that. And they were trying to explain to us, we should not misinform the public. It was not budgeted. That is the truth. It was not budgeted. Do you know that it was 6 months extra that was put in front of this man because of the election? You understand the game plan? After the subsidy has gone for a very long time, but they just used because of the election that was coming. Okay, let's extend it 6 extra months.
All right.
Isn't it? I'm asking. Is it not?
Yeah, it was supposed to end in February 2023, and it was extended to the ending. It was maybe 5. We can say 5.
But the man has the power to continue with another 6 months or even 1 year. But he said, I will not continue because it was not even budgeted in the first place. So subsidy is gone.
All right then.
And today that subsidy was gone. All the 36 governments are receiving. What are they doing with this money?
All right. Thank you, Gift. I've got to go. I've got to go. Always ranting, I should say. But let's see. This one says the duty of a journalist is to present facts, not play the devil's advocate for the government in power. Playing the devil's advocate as you've been doing would make you look like a lackey of the government, and it will be difficult for your audience to trust you. Austin in Port Harcourt. Austin, in as much as I like you to trust me, you should understand that there are plethora of views. Right, I have reeled out the facts and people are giving their opinions on it, and I'm saying, what if it is also like this? And when people come from the other angle, and I'm saying, what if so the opinions that are put out on the show can be very rich. It's not a one-sided, it's not a parochial point of view where everybody says, government is mad, and we all nod our head and say government is mad without investigating whether government is mad indeed. So if you do not like the fact that I ask questions and I put probabilities out there, then I'm sorry, because we need to ensure that what you're saying is not out of sentiment and out of your dislike for government, but actually because you know that 1 + 1 will equal 2. All right. That being said, let's go to Braid, who's calling from Buguma. Braid from Buguma, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Basuba. Happy New Year.
I'm happy New Year to you.
Yes, welcome to the studio and welcome to Nigeria.
All right, let's quickly get your thoughts now.
Yes, for me, the Mr. President's speech is neither here or there.
Okay.
This is the president that came on board and we moved with him without any reservation.
Okay.
Up to this moment, you will agree with me, workers are still crying concerning their increase of salary. Nothing has been done. And if you look at the refinery, Mr. President promised that by the end of December 2023, Port Harcourt refinery will begin to dispense fuel.
We're just in the first day of January. I mean, December ended yesterday.
Are we in December?
I mean, it ended yesterday. That's what I'm saying.
What's the difference between 2024 and 2023?
Okay.
Can you tell me that you are still in 2023 December?
No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Of course I'm not.
So, Mr. President, I think for me, he should match his word with action.
All right.
It's not by talking. Nigerians are tired of hearing this frivolous excuses. There shouldn't be excuse. You have the taxpayers' money with you. You fix and let them see results.
All right.
Mr. President, please give us results.
All right.
Don't keep giving us hope. Please, we want to see you. Give us results that
all right.
Things that we see that people will be encouraged. Look how transport is picking up people. He said we reduced transport to 50%. There is something also that happens. Where are we?
All right, break. Thank you very much. He should keep to his words. I get your point. All right, thank you very much. Keep to his words. I get your point, but we have to read some messages, and I also have to inform you that I've just seen a notification that Chief Dumo Lubriggs, the governorship candidate of Accord here in Rivers State during the 2023 gubernatorial election, has withdrawn his suits, his petition at the Supreme Court. Remember, he was challenging INEC's declaration of Sinalai Fubara as governor of Rivers State, and now he has withdrawn it. There's some other things in that statement, but I do not have the time to read them all. But let's quickly look at Michael Chukwemeka's message on Facebook. Happy New Year, bro. See, the major weapon of a bad government is flatteries. They tell the masses sweet things, but do nothing to bring them out of suffering. It's a pity. I'll never take these folks serious. Take them and remain in dire poverty. My advice is, Nigerians, lift up your eyes to the hills. God does not fail. Thanks. All right, Michael Chukwemeka. The advocate says, good presenter, I don't find any direction in that speech. There is no feasible foundation towards achieving those rhetorics. Rhetorics don't solve any problems. Actions speak louder than words. Oh, okay. All right, then. Let's go to WhatsApp now. So it says, good afternoon, Canada. Nigerians are tired of the motivational speech from the president. Campaigns are over. Let him get to work and fulfill all the promises he made. We are running out of patience. Mike from Thai. Listen, okay, thank you very much for your best wishes. Sending my warm regards to you and yours as well. Good afternoon, Canada. The president's speech was an encouraging one. He spoke to Nigerians according to the level of the assimilation of the political culture in Nigeria. He has been a senator, he has been a governor, he has not targeted the backwardness in the abysmal electricity sector. He stopped subsidy and said Nigeria started making 400 billion naira monthly. Why then is the borrowing culture still sustained? Until he transforms basic sectors and look into the level of unemployment and the wage rate, we will not get there. Okoroma Godwin Chooks from Erema community. But I should mention to you that during his time as governor of Lagos State, he tried to tackle electricity. I think there were these barges that were supposed to help power Lagos. I can't remember the full story, but something like that did happen during his time as governor. This one says, President Tinubu's New Year's speech, this is just another lip service, an empty promise. Where is the 100,000 CNG buses, 35,000 naira cash award, and the 5 million naira palliative to each state of the federation? The administration is just like the last. They have nothing to offer Nigerians, Mr. D. George Podakot. All right, let's see. This one says, all the things the president said in the morning meant absolutely nothing to me when I noticed that he didn't even feel anything for the scores of innocent Nigerians murdered in Plateau State. How insensitive can someone be? I think Tinubu doesn't mean well for Nigeria. Okay, Rumodumaya. But he did mention security, right? Just asking. Let's see. President's speech, you said, Mr. Kalada, Happy New Year. When I look at the various social indexes from NBS and the harsh economic realities we see with our koro eyes, it is easy to deduce that the horrible statistics cannot get worse than they are. So the only trajectory, if you will, is upwards. Since subsidy is gone, I knew it would be hard for any policy announcement from the president's speech to bring any new hardship, except if he was going to announce the devaluation of the naira. I hope his promises of dry season famine is a continuation of improvement of Akinwumi Adesina's agricultural policies. I hope he was sincere about bureaucratic liberalization. He said they would speed up if they do that and also increase electricity distribution. The negative indexes would or could be reversed. Text from Oibo with that one. And finally, I read the last message before the business news. This one says, greetings, Canada. Dwelling on Mr. President's speech, most of the food we eat comes from the north. Are the states in the north not part of Nigeria? Why is the macro economy not affecting the microeconomy in the north? Agriculture is on the concurrent function. Nigerian economy is not limited to the federal government. Emi Fiaga, what is the state of the economy of the north? When we talked about it, what day was that? I can't remember now. When we said River State is the second most buoyant economy amongst the states, where were northern states on that ranking? They were down below. I'm not an argument, but I'm just saying. It's time for the business news. I've got to go. When I do come back, we will look at Edison's resignation. There are reports that Edison has resigned his membership of the House of Assembly. Do stay tuned. I'll be right back. I am Kalada Kurubatabo.
It's 4 o'clock.